What up, y'all? Marcus here from the shop.
And you got Teek, the producer / Instagram god. Not really. I only got 500 followers. I can't say that.
You're going to shorten down your little nickname and shit. Just Teek.
Teek.
God, producer of the
that's
world.
so... yeah, all right, that works.
Anyways, this is another episode of the Rawcast.
Rawcast.
And it's been a slow week, but we were actually having a conversation maybe about 20 minutes ago, and then we decided to stop it and just save it for the actual Rawcast. So you guys are going to be a part of our actual conversation, a little chit-chat, little guy talk and shit like that. So, T, do you remember exactly what we were talking about earlier?
Yeah, I was talking about how, well, let me start off with the story. Anyway, I was at a event last night, or 2 nights ago, and I was just, my boy's a DJ. Shout out to DJ J Retro. Check him out on Instagram. Life is J Retro. Anyway, the story goes, he was DJing and he was playing all the hottest hits, right? But people kept coming up to him and asking for stuff that you strictly find in the city that people outside the city wouldn't know. Granted, that's understandable, but some of these rappers are literally straight out inner city Baltimore. And I was like, when you play the hottest shit that's in the nation right now, they didn't respect that. And I was they not respect that. They didn't vibe with it. And I was actually puzzled. I was sitting there like he was turning up the party to the max with these hot ass songs. And then it just there was no response. Nobody was dancing, and it was crazy to see, because I feel like when it comes to Baltimore, the city supports local rappers very much, and they only bang local rappers most of the time. But when it comes to supporting people, like, unless you're like a superstar, but when it comes to supporting people outside of the city, I guess it's not there. It's literally not there.
And you said that's why a lot of artists from Baltimore and Maryland just don't get out, right?
I mean, yeah, only because my personal opinion is only because you got the city supporting you. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, I believe you didn't let me finish in the conversation, so I'm gonna finish right now.
Go ahead.
So they got the city support, but they only put their music out because they feel the stardom only in Baltimore. When they leave Baltimore, they're not anybody per se. Mm-hmm. And when they do leave Baltimore, they expect the I don't know, the glamour and the stuff that they get in the city to be outside in different cities, but it just don't work that way. And I was just saying, like, I feel like people here, they have some, don't get me wrong, not everybody, but some people have a very narrow concept of what's new hip-hop or new rap coming out right now. Like, we were literally playing the newest shit and people weren't really fucking with it, but everybody else in the nation would be fucking with it. That's crazy. It was just interesting to watch. But that's what me and Marcus were really just hashing it out about, and he had a different approach to it. Go ahead, let him know.
No, what you said makes sense, but you also got to remember exactly what you said after that. You said that's why nobody makes it, because we only support ourselves. But what does that have to do? My thing is, I don't understand what that got to do with artists outside the city. Like, how does that mean that we're not going to make it because we don't support other artists outside of Maryland? That's what I didn't understand.
I mean, that did... How that came out was completely wrong. I'll give you that. Okay. And I did not mean to say that because I've been having a terrible day with the tension. But yeah, you got me on that one. I don't know why I said that.
Like, that doesn't make
I didn't know why I said that shit.
My thing is, like, I feel like Maryland in general, our persona is that crabs in a barrel. And there's no pun intended, because, you know, we got the best crabs in the motherfucking world. And we're not talking about the STDs. We're talking
Maryland
about
blue crab, yeah.
But we got the crabs in a barrel mentality, where as soon as somebody gets close to the top, we start stepping on their toes, and we start. I mean, look at what just recently happened with Lil Scooter. You know what I mean? That's the perfect.
You got clap. It's not funny, but it's actually coincidental, because in his Panda remix, he was actually like, "If you don't like me, spray me," and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, but Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. Like, you speak that truth, that shit's gonna happen. Like, people said that plenty of times.
Yeah.
Tupac Shakur, Biggie Smalls, waiting to die, shit like that. But we're not going off of that. I don't want to get off on that subject. What I'm saying is that's a perfect example of how Maryland is. Rest in peace, Lil Scooter. But that's a perfect example of how we have that mentality of just that crabs in the barrel. As soon as somebody is close or they try to do something, there's always some hating asshole around the corner trying to stop your shine.
Yeah.
Or just straight up hating. You know what I mean? Like, I remember Wale, before he was signed to MMG, before he was signed to Rock Nation, there was hella people in D.C. talking about, he's not even from D.C., he's from Silver Spring. Like, first of all, Silver Spring is right outside of D.C.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, dog. Like, I remember he even made it on a mixtape. He actually made a statement like, okay, you want to say I'm not from D.C., I'm from Maryland. Okay, where are the two radio stations, the two D.C. radio stations? They're in Maryland. Where do the Redskins play? They play in Maryland. Like, come on, y'all reaching really. Y'all really reaching. So, I mean, unless you don't like if you don't like his music, that's your opinion. I understand what you're talking about. But when you trash people just because you're mad that you're not at that level, that's that bullshit. And I do say, my thing is, I'm glad that Baltimore residents support their artists because other cities don't do that for the most part. I mean, we were just having that conversation, like Hot 97 and The Breakfast Club. They get a lot of flack. I mean, their content is good, but we're not talking about the content. We're talking about the music that they play. They get a lot of flack because supposedly, now we don't live in New York, we live here in Maryland, but supposedly they don't really play that much New York music. Not anymore. Like, they don't really play the Troy Avs. They don't really play the Joey Badasses like they used to, apparently. Like, it was different. It's different between now and the early 2000s and the 90s because, obviously, the East Coast of New York had a bigger stronghold in the hip-hop scene. Nowadays, we obviously know it's ran by Chicago and Atlanta with a few different artists from the West Coast.
There's a huge like vault or separation between the major radio stations and people nowadays, the people of the city, per se, because the city wants, this is where I agree with you, because the city wants to support the people, but the major radio stations won't, like, unless you're hot coming out that city, like hot nationally, they won't support you as much. But I gotta say, 92Q did support Take Cobain, and I think they do play a couple Baltimore rappers, but yeah. I'm saying it's nothing enough to get them generating their buzz up.
That's also your hustle too. I mean, if you gotta move and start hustling in New York, that's what you gotta do. Like Wale, I remember I heard Wale on 95.5, and 93.9, like in 2005, like 2006 with that Dig Dug record. Like, you can't tell me, like, we don't support our own artists and we're playing them on the radio. Maybe not as much because you got the morning shows, and of course they're going to play, like, the biggest hits. But throughout the day, you're going to hear a lot of the local artists, which to me is dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By you saying, like, just because we don't support artists outside of Maryland or the DMV means that we're not going to shine because we only shine in our city. It's more than that. I mean, it's hard for a lot of Maryland DC artists just to break out in general because it's not like, well, first of all, it's not back in the day. Well, back in the day, especially in New York, where you go down the street and there's like record labels all over the place. You got Sony, you got all these different.
There's only 4 now.
Yeah, but honestly, now it depends on your hustle because everything is off the internet. So the internet has definitely changed the game. Where it's like, I know we work at a radio station, and I'm probably going to get flack for saying this, but radio stations don't break artists like they used to compared to the internet. Like we were just talking about that. You got Slim Jesus, you got Yachty, all these people.
See, the internet, the internet either makes or breaks the artist nowadays. Slim Jesus climbed, he fell.
And he fell.
Right on the internet.
I mean, it was a bullshit song. Let's keep it real. But
one hit wonder.
One hit wonder. I mean,
even if it was a hit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was an internet hit. But even Soulja Boy, I mean, I know he fell off the face of the map too, but these are examples of how the internet breaks artists now. I mean, the rest is up to you. You know, 93.9, 92Q, whoever, 66 Raw, we could break an artist too, but the rest is up to you. Because just because we put you on and tell you, yo, this guy, his songs are hot, he's the next guy, la 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 la. But if you just start coming out with bullshit, it doesn't matter who put you on. It doesn't matter if it's the radio station. It doesn't matter if it's the internet. It doesn't matter if it's the DJs. If you start putting out some bullshit, that's what's gonna make you flop.
But you know what's crazy? Like when I was a kid, I do agree that the radio stations actually do some do some work about when it comes to breaking people. Now it is the internet, but back in the day, I remember it just the reputation of the song. Or
reputation.
Not the reputation, the repetition.
Oh,
repetition of the song.
The more you hear it, right?
Yeah, the more you hear it, the more you hear the song, it just becomes. It's like subliminally getting digged into your conscious, and it's like, it's just, bro. You just start liking songs that you hated. It's actually crazy. Yeah. Because you hear the radio so much, and now I don't feel like there's as much. I mean, there is still when it comes to like songs. Nowadays, it's more that trap music with like the catchy hooks and stuff. Right. Especially when you'll be like, this is some dumb shit. But then after that, Panda, then you just like blast it in your car
for like a month. Now.
Exactly.
Everyone's favorite animal was a panda.
Everybody's been doing a remix of Panda. Everybody.
Yeah, I mean, but it happens. The newest song, people going to remix. Mm-hmm. Go back to Millie. Everyone had a Millie remix. Dirt off your shoulders. The list continues. I mean, Panda is just that song right now. And
it's been there for a minute now, though.
It's the most laziest fucking animal in the world.
Yeah.
People say sloth is lazy, but
I was about to say sloth. I heard that koalas.
Yeah, but I heard that pandas are actually extinct just because they don't want to fuck.
Really?
Or not extinct. I'm saying like endangered because they're too lazy to fuck. Now, if you're that fucking lazy,
that's a whole different level of lazy,
you just deserve to die. If you know that your species is going out of style.
Wow. Damn. That's crazy.
But what was I gonna say? Damn, I lost my train of thought.
Well, there goes
the Rawcast.
We just
but
talking about pandas fucking and then you lose this ride.
I still feel like
that you went from panda to panda fucking. That's crazy.
Like it is reputation. I remember exactly what I was talking about. I can't believe I lost my train of thought.
Repetition.
Yes, repetition. Now, I actually had Teek on my channel before. We actually did
and y'all call me dick riders, but hey,
you know we did our opinion on Joe Budden, and Drake and the whole beef and shit. Right, we gave us our opinions on the whole situation so far. It was like a little recap, and just like a bunch of haters and trolls and commenters got at me calling me a dick rider last year because I said that Drake is beating Meek Mill. They got at him for the same reason, for him saying that he thinks that Drake is going to come back harder on Joe Budden or something like that. Like
like OVO Fest or some shit. But
and he got called a dick rider. Now, by you saying that, I'm sorry. By us bringing that up, the reason why I brought it up is because at that time I had these same viewers telling me I was a dick rider for the exact same reasons for giving my opinion. And somebody told me when I did my review on one of Drake's songs, I think it was like One Dance to Controller, I was like, it's not all that. It's a Drake song. It's what you expect clearly from Drake. But I'm going to like it because when I go to the clubs and when I go to parties and shit like that, I know girls are going to be going off of that shit. And I like the energy that it provides. So I'm cool with that. Not the best song in the world, but hey, if it gets the party going, if it makes it lit, I'm with it. You know what I mean?
Speak for yourself, bro. I'd rather hear some Future 21 Savage, but ignorant shit.
Okay, speak for yourself. I'm talking about bringing girls to the party.
But they definitely vibe to that shit.
But let me get to my point. The reason why I brought that up is because that's simply what I said in my video, right? And I had some dickhead telling me, see, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all rely on what girls think. Who cares what girls think? And this is the problem with the mainstream media because they're gonna keep playing this shit over and over and again, and you gonna think that you hate it. You gonna say that you hate it, but because you played it so many times, you like it now, and that's that bullshit. It's just like, what? I don't understand that. Like, if you
lost
like
me on that comment, I was like, wow.
Because listen to what you said. You said you might have started hating that song, and then after listening to it so many times, you start to like it. Shit just has to grow on you.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, that's why when people watch movies or when they listen to an album, they say, yo, if you're making a review off of just watching it one time or listening to it just one time, you're not giving your real review because you gotta let it sink in and grow on you. What if you did like the song? What if you did like the song? Like Panda is a catchy song. It's not on my playlist though, but when it comes on, hey, Panda. After that shit, I'm back to whatever I was listening to before.
That's the same thing like when Hey Ya came out. Yeah. I used to low-key hate that song, but after that they played it so many times.
Opposite, I used to love that song, and then it got played out. See, to me, I got the opposite vibe. I'll like a song when it comes out, and if the radio
played out, they just overplay the shit out of it.
TV Jams, BET Jams, or whoever, 106 Park back in the day, once it gets played out, you can play it way too many times. Like, I couldn't listen to the Black album for like months straight, and that was like my first album. That
Dirt Off Your Shoulders, especially.
Yes, all those songs, Change Clothes, 99 Problems. I couldn't listen to that album no more. I was so over it.
But I mean, that happens with every track, you know. But I understand what you were saying at the in the original point. Yeah, people do get hooked on songs like that, and it's just nature, you know. You can't really be like, oh, you're this for getting that. I mean, like, there's different, as I like to say, different strokes for different folks.
Right.
So I mean, you can't really say what should be on mainstream, what shouldn't. There's a demographic for everything on mainstream. It's not just limited to, oh, that's a hard shit. Oh, this is lyricism. Oh, this is whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have their own corner, and you gotta respect that corner. Even if you might end up liking that corner for all you know. So
restate your first statement one more time, talking about how we only listen to our own shit, but we don't listen to anybody else. Restate that one more time, because I think when you first came off with it, I didn't agree with it, but I think you might have mixed your words up just because you're tired.
I did. Yeah, I'm so out of it. Yeah.
So say it one more time, and then let's see if we can either correct it or rephrase it in a different way, because you still sound crazy to me.
I know I did this whole day. So I said people here support our local artists, and the local artists, it's good for them. Yeah, they like that. But when they get out the city, they expect the same treatment, but they ain't shit. And on top of that, in the city, it turns into almost, you're not helping each other. It's more like, instead of,
I still disagree. All right, keep going.
Instead of rappers supporting each other or whatever, it's more like, I'm better than you. I'm better than this.
Yo, hip hop is supposed to be friendly competition either way. I mean, not friendly to the point where it's just like we're all
people guys start getting off.
We still see that's totally different. Like, competition is cool. Like, you know, I mean, it goes back to the old days. Cool Mo D, LL Cool J, Busy B, all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about like 80s. I'm 26. I know
that's lyrical competition, but these people, these guys nowadays just take it to a whole new level when it gets to.
We're not talking about that though. Like, besides the point of violence. I mean, competition is competition. I think any form of competition is cool. So like Fat Trail and Shy Glizzy, when they were going at it, hopefully their hoods don't go at it. But if they're sending shots at each other, lyrical shots, I'm cool with that. It's entertainment to me. I
think sometimes it actually went past that, but it's like nowadays it's like, the lyricism, because of the type of music, the lyricism gone. Like, there's not as much lyricism per se.
See, go ahead.
In the disses per se, and
that's true.
It's yeah, and there's more like street shit that happens instead of the lyricism.
Yeah,
they don't like to settle shit on wax anymore, man.
Yeah. Yes and no, because I see what you're saying, because the disses have become lazy, because they're no longer like just clowning you for this or that. Like, they're not on like the Summer Jam stream like Takeover.
Yeah,
now it's like even Joe Budden on Drake, that wasn't a lazy diss. Like, that was strategic. It had everything in there. But a lazy diss to me is just when you say the next time I see him, I'm a gun clap you, some shit like that. That's lazy.
There's a lot of those.
And that's
it's like on site. That's what it is. It's literally all it is.
When you say a good diss to me is not fuck you, fuck your hood, fuck this and that. Next time we see,
I'm gonna shoot you. All this
that's
shit.
That's not witty to me. Make a good diss record. So I see what you're saying, especially with like newer artists. So I don't remember Fat Trail or Shy Glizzy, who are DC rappers, by the way. I don't remember if they dissed each other like that. I remember they had like a slight little tension and then they squashed it, but I don't remember.
I mean, it was more tension between. There was like a tension. I was looking into that beef. There was tension between Fat Trail, Shy Glizzy, and Chief Keef, because Shy Glizzy and Chief Keef had problems.
Shy Glizzy and Chief Keef?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because Fat Trail and Chief Keef did a song. They were cool with each other.
Yeah, because I seen that music.
Slutty Boys and GBE were really close with each other, but then Shy Glizzy started like dissing Chief Keef, or some shit happened with them, and as a result, you know, shit just popped off. Fat Trail tried to get his boy. That's what happens, man. But gladly, nothing happened to the extent where it's violence. In Chicago, like one big example of what we were just talking about would be in Chicago. Chicago drill music is based off of that,
which is
dissing
dumb as shit
each
to
other.
me. Which is dumb as shit to me.
But that's their own corner.
And
you
y'all killing each other,
but
y'all are literally killing each other. Stop it.
Hey man, it was derived there. It's their own sound, but I mean, maybe if you could change the message, but that it's part of drill. Like it's literally part of drill.
I mean,
you can't.
I get that, but when y'all actually like take it off of wax, like even when LA, like back in the early '90s with Death Row, they were dissing each other, and I'm pretty sure people were killed. Like, I'm
that's for sure. Yeah,
but the artists, I don't think the artists were touched. Now, what your homeboys do that just got out of jail, and you just hooked them up with a job. What they do, that's their business. So if I'm Snoop Dogg's man back in '92, you know what I mean? Like me and him grew up together, and he got me a job as security.
But Snoop Dogg was in a murder trial. Remember that?
Yeah, I know exactly. But I'm giving you an example. It's like let's say it's '91, and I'm Snoop Dogg's man. Like I just got a job after like doing a 3-year bid, right? And I see Eazy-E's man. Now I'm gonna shoot him. That shit is it's not even like that's just happening in Chicago. It seems like the artists are the ones that are shooting each other.
The artists are the ones who have the gun charges and stuff, but they're also the ones who get hit.
Which sucks.
And end up with the murder charges too, which is crazy.
Snoop did have a murder charge, but it wasn't him, it was his bodyguard. His bodyguard is the one that did it, and it just so happened to be that Snoop was there.
Yeah, you got what was it called?
Because he's the bigger name.
Affiliation, charged by affiliation.
Yeah, he's the bigger name.
Yeah.
You're gonna go for that guy.
Yeah.
So if you're the artist, right? Let's say you're the artist. You're a Teek super producer, God mode, or whatever. And I'm here with you, and I see somebody else that I know that has sent you a diss song, or you didn't like.
Yeah.
Like, yo, Teek, I got Teek, man. Teek think that I'm not doing shit for him. Watch, I got him. I'm gonna take out his competition, and I go shoot dude while you in the gas station pumping your gas or whatever. And I did this shit right in front of you. To me, I'm thinking, yeah, I got Teek's back. I just showed him that. But in your mind, you're like,
you a fucking dumbass.
Dumbass, you just fucked my life up.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in my head, I'm like, yeah, I got Teek's back because I just killed his competition. No, you're doing it the wrong way, sir. Stop it. Stop it.
There was actually a lot of that, and it was crazy because in LA, even with the whole gang situation out there, it was never that bad. It's
with the artists.
Yeah, with the artists, it was never that bad.
You heard stories like Death Row. I don't mean cut you off.
But
like,
yeah, I understand. Like in the '90s, I heard some shit. It was going like, LA was about the shit, and the artists were getting killed out there. But I'm saying like nowadays, it's nowhere close to artists getting killed in Chicago. Chicago is a whole different deal.
I'm pretty sure the guns have also evolved too. There's no longer the dial-up shit.
Bro.
Yeah, the guns are no longer that dial-up shit. These guns are streaming. They just going straight at it.
Yeah.
Like everyone's getting hit.
Yeah.
Like
literally.
in LA back in the day, like it might be a crowd of people and I could do a drive-by and I might miss everybody, but hit the fucking old lady, you know what I mean, like watering her plants.
Yeah.
Now it's like everybody gets hit in Chicago.
Yeah, literally. Like, and actually in Chicago, you know,
I blame Call of Duty. It's like
I blame guns in general. And you know Rondonumbanine?
Who?
He's a Chicago drill rapper. Rondonumbanine.
Nah, I'm thinking that song. Wumbo number. I remember that shit.
No. Well, there's a Chicago drill rapper named Rondonumbanine. He just got charged. I mean, he got charged for murder in 2014. He got sentenced about 38 years now. But the thing is, he was actually, before he got arrested, he was actually posing with the AT-4 in his Instagram picture. AT-4 is a rocket launcher, mind you. They getting those type of rappers.
Was academics talking about that?
Yeah, they getting those type of guns. Not rappers. I'm sorry. They're getting those type of guns. M16s, AT4s, military grade weaponry out there. It's actually crazy. It's sick.
Bro, you gotta stop me the damn table.
I'm getting the passion.
Too passionate. I'm gonna need you to calm down. Bring it down a notch.
All right.
You fucking up the podcast. You fucking up the viewers.
Woosa. Get this audio out first though.
Yeah, that's true. See, that's crazy, and it makes you wonder, like, where the fuck are they getting these guns from?
The black market is massive when it comes to that shit.
It had to been somebody that was like that fought in Iraq or something like that.
Nah, bro, it's actually you can get that shit shipped in
on the
from
street.
Yeah.
Rocket launcher? Who the fuck are you hitting with a rocket launcher?
Shit, they don't care. They got the gun.
Yeah, what if it was like
Did you see
Throwback Thursday shit? They shot the rocket launcher at a group of people and still hit the old lady.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy. Like the whole shit would be crazy. Like, did you see Lil Reese? Lil Reese,
Lil Reese acknowledged Reese. Shout out to DJ Reese.
Oh, not that. Yeah, shout out to DJ Reese too.
But Reese acknowledged.
Nah, there's
basketball skills
and a terrible layup, but that's not the point. Anyway,
you missed a layup.
Anyway, the rapper Lil Reese from Chicago. He's also a drill rapper.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah. At the top, it's just us. I know. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, calm down, viewers. I know exactly what you're talking about. We just so happen to have a guy named Reese too. Shout out to DJ Reese. Except for that layup. Anyway, but yeah, what he said was when there was news about ISIS having like what is it, like sleeper cells in the nation. There was like news about ISIS having sleeper cells in the nation, and Chicago was one of the places getting hit. And bro, that's supposed to rocket launch. Taking pictures of rocket launch.
No. That's ISIS. Exactly what he posted up a picture with two drums connected to like a heavy machine gun. He's like, I dare them to come here. I was like, wow, yo, dude, what the shit?
Oh my, that's straight OD. Again, I blame Call of Duty, but I am looking forward to that new joint.
Crazy.
Where they fighting out of space. Have you seen the new trailer?
I just don't care about Call of Duty anymore.
Oh, son.
That shit fell off the face of the earth for
me.
It
really did. But then you watch the new trailer. I'm gonna show you when we leave out of here. That shit does look.
No, I'm probably not gonna fuck with it, but it's alright. I'm looking for the new Battlefield though. No, that's taking it back.
Fuck Battlefield. Say now. No, I see exactly what you're saying, and that goes back to our point though. It's like, what are y'all doing? If y'all gonna diss each other, be creative at it. You know what I mean? Like, at least don't take that element. Don't take
two double drum machine guns out and shit.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, just be a gangster. Don't be a rapper. Like that. 2 and 2 don't. Like,
see, mix. That's what academics was saying too. It's like these guys
they trying way too hard.
These drill rappers are part-time rappers and full-time gangsters. That's
why. Like, y'all trying way too hard, and then you want to blow up. And then when you blow up and some shit happens to you,
they gonna blow some shit up with that AT4. I can tell you
that. No, I'm talking about like when they blow up as a rapper, and then when shit happens to them, you know what I mean? Like, they get caught up with the law, and they want to claim that they're innocent. Come on, son.
No, they don't claim that they're innocent. They said fuck the police, and that's what they say.
Yeah, I know, but when they get caught, they say that they're innocent. That shit wasn't me.
And then they say free my brother all over the place.
Like, remember that meme that came out like a year or two ago? You'd be like, yo, free my guy Joe Schmo. Oh, what he do? He killed 5 people. He burned 3 cars. He stole this and that. And the other guy was, yo, lock that motherfucker up. In there. Like, come on, son. Stop. Y'all like ODing with these free this guy, this guy, and that guy. Like, if you know this person did it and did some wild OD shit, no. Stop.
People be doing some crazy shit and they be like, free him. Be like, nah, keep that motherfucker locked up.
Right. Just because they're in jail does not mean they're always innocent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
very factual.
OD. And that kind of reminds me of like, now this is a touchy subject, but I've been having this thought in my head for like years actually. You know, people complain about the government or the police, they never found out Tupac or Biggie's killers, or they never found out Big L's killers. Well, you had that no snitching policy, they ain't gonna find nobody, right?
Facts. But yeah. Facts. I can't say nothing to that. Like, really, like,
I mean, the streets know who killed Biggie.
If you really want to know, the people around the area, is like, let's say a murder happened in the city. If you really want to know, just ask the people, but they're too scared to talk because they're scared that something like that will happen to them.
Right.
After they talk, and they'll be labeled as snitch. And the whole universal rule is snitches die.
Yeah.
Or get beat up.
Most likely die.
48
hours, like, do they gotta sign like waivers when they're on 48 hours? Because they pretty much broadcast their names and shit.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
And then they be like, digitizing like their faces?
They digitize their face.
But it's like, yo, somebody be pissed off at shit. They'll put the pieces together and try and find out who your face is.
They'll kill you real quick.
You know what I mean? But like, so what are the points that we made here? I still don't agree with what you said. I feel like us as citizens, as listeners of hip hop, we should still support our local artists.
Can I just fucking like just disregard that whole statement because I was tired. I didn't put it together right, and nor was I. Was just like, I'm just gonna throw that out the window. Okay. That previous statement, I'm telling you guys right now, if all the comments that you guys make after I say this. Okay. Everything that I said in that first half of this podcast.
That's gonna be the headline.
Okay, that's fine.
Gonna be the headline.
Teek fucked up. Yeah, make that thing.
Yeah. Teek talk about we shouldn't represent our local artists. Teek said fuck our local
artists.
Not
that.
That's the headline.
That's OD.
That's the name of the title of this video.
OD.
Teek said fuck Baltimore
I was tired
rappers.
And I said something wrong and I admit it. Marcus won. Okay.
But bring the context. You said you was at a party with your man who was DJing the party.
But yeah,
I was playing new shit and nobody was rocking with it.
Yeah.
And they was requesting for the Baltimore rappers, whoever.
But only like it's crazy that they wouldn't fuck with people who are nationally renowned, but not.
Is that still a problem?
It's not. It's not a problem. It astounded me. Like, to tell you the truth, it was not common to be seen.
I think it's a good thing. I think that's a good thing, honestly, because like the down south, Atlanta, they're always going to support their guys. That's why they always have the next guy up, the next guy up. Now, after that guy falls off, you know, I mean, that's up to you. You know what I mean? Like Ludacris, he kind of fell off. He dropped the album.
I mean,
like 6 months ago, nobody really picked it up. T.I., I mean, he's in that OG status mode, so nobody's really as excited as they used to be. I am as a listener, but these new guys, not so much.
Yeah, I'm not looking at any I'm not looking forward to any T.I.
stuff
like anytime soon.
But like, there's always a next guy in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like, Atlanta is just that spot. Whereas New York,
Atlanta was beautiful because Atlanta's the city supports them, and also they're nationally renowned at this moment. See, New York had that spotlight too in the early 2000s with Terror Squad, Ja Rule, all of them coming out. Each city, I feel like it's like the All-Star game. Each city has the time to shine. You know what I'm saying? But it feels like the DMV never really. I mean, except for the Wale moment. Besides that, the DMV really never had its moment to shine. Baltimore got a little bit of it when Take Cobain came out, and that bankrolls barely got out. But after that, everything stayed in Baltimore. It's like just like a cage fence around Baltimore. That's how it feels. Like I guess what I meant to say originally was Baltimore rappers, they can't get out of Baltimore only because they appreciate the glamour and everything in Baltimore, but when they get out, that's what I meant to say.
I get what you're saying.
That's what I meant to be. Like, Baltimore rappers, if you want to get out of Baltimore, send stuff outside of Baltimore. Don't send stuff that are just in Baltimore around Baltimore. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's common. Okay.
Let's take a quick break real quick, and then we're going to touch back on bass.
Cool.
So the bass is, I think the next question following up that is, what do artists and the DMV, and I guess you can apply this to your city as well. What can you do to make...
Unless you're in Atlanta.
Unless you're in Atlanta, right. Unless you're in Atlanta, or maybe even Chicago. But what can you do to create your buzz outside of your city? Because we actually do artist boot camps here at 6-6 Roll all the time, and not as many people
come out to the next one.
Yeah, come out to the next one if you're in Maryland. Or if you're not in Maryland, but you want
go to the Atlanta one.
Or at least go to Atlanta one, do some networking. But they talk about that too. So pretty much the next couple of things that we're about to say are things that I'm just regurgitating from what I've heard from Farrah and DJ Wildchild DNA and all these other guys. So I'm going to be saying the same stuff that they said because it actually makes sense. But we're going to touch back on that. And the subject again is how to create your buzz outside the city, because I see now what you're talking about.
That's what originally
rappers
meant.
Are just... They're too content. They're too happy with just that local buzz, but then they get mad because they're nobody outside of their area. I get it now.
And it's crazy because home is also where it's most dangerous and where the most envy is at.
All right, so we're going to take a slight break, and then we'll be right back. All right, so we're back from a little break, a.k.a. piss break, a.k.a. the batteries on the cameras are dying. And
that's the story of life.
All right, so touch base again. So the topic this time again was that what do rappers need to do to create that buzz outside the city? And to touch back, we were talking about, Teek, explain again. You were saying how you were at a party supporting your DJ homeboy, right? Yeah. And you were surprised that all the guests and all the party goers were only requesting music
from very local rappers.
Baltimore artists. Which to me, I thought that was dope. You at the time, you were like, I don't get it. Why only them? Why aren't they asking for the Drakes, the Lil Waynes, the designers, all that?
Broaden your horizons.
The mainstream shit.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Now that you said that, I'm glad that you said that too. Because you said, what show was the DJ playing? What was he playing again?
He was playing shit from everywhere. Mostly, the shit that's hot. ATL is hot. So most of the stuff, Lil Uzi Vert, Philly stuff, New York stuff, just everything.
I think right there, you just said it right there, broaden your horizon, and that's what, to me, I disagree with, because what you said it right there, broaden your horizon. Not really, because we hear that shit all the time on the radio, 92Q and shit like that. Again, we were talking about how our radio stations do play our local artists, but again, our local artists don't have that much music where all you hear is Baltimore music.
When I say,
we do. hold up, let me finish this. So
I'm gonna let you finish.
our mainstream art, I mean, the mainstream artists that we hear, Yachty's and Lil Uzi Verts and designers, whoever is up right now, right?
Yep.
We already hear them enough on the radio stations, on MTV Jams, on BET. I don't know if 106 Park still exists. I don't really watch too much TV anymore. But all the music video channels, we see them on YouTube all the time, right?
Right.
So we at a party here at home, why not turn up to our local artists?
I agree, but this goes back to the conversation that we were having, that they're saying they're local superstars. When they go out, they're not really superstars. And if you really want to support local artists, then why can't you help your friend who's a rapper who's trying to be a rapper? Like, people, what I'm trying to say is, when people are starting out as rappers, they don't want to support their friend's career, but they want to listen to people who are just hot in the city.
Right.
But then when people are like making hits around the nation, they want to say, nah, that's too overplayed or worldwide.
Okay.
Like, all I'm saying is, like, if you're going to support local artists who haven't made it yet either. Okay. Don't just be like, oh, look at the stars of the local area.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't
say that one more time. I think I kind of like dozed off for a second.
No, that's cool.
I'm part dog. A car just rolled past and I just started paying attention to it.
Yeah, I'm already fucked up in the head right now today, so it's okay. Anyway, it goes back to saying what I was saying, where I said, I just lost my train of thought again. Local artists, yeah. Local artists basically are superstars in their own, like the superstar local artists
in the city, right?
In the city, but people who are starting out in their city, they don't cultivate people who are starting out, but they only cultivate the people who have made it already,
right,
in their city. But when it comes to like even a higher, like, level, one example would be probably King Los was probably hot when he stayed in Baltimore, but when he left,
yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, you can't just say, oh, there's stars in Baltimore, so I'm gonna respect them, I'm gonna play their shit. But when they go bigger, it's not like they sold out. They're just trying to put the city on the map. Like, you're not gonna play their shit anymore because they apparently sold out, whatever. No, it's not gonna work like that. Right. And also cultivate it from the beginning. Y'all, like, people don't start liking people's shit until they're at the very top, or they're at like superstar level in the city, which is kind of stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying.
Because it's like, I understand where you're coming from, and this goes to our second question. Our second point is like, what do artists in the DMV, and again, you could take this question or our example as the DMV and apply it for your city,
except for
Atlanta is excluded, and so is Chicago, because y'all the hottest right now. Y'all could have songs.
Chicago's not as hot anymore. Chicago was the early 2010, 2012, 2013.
I guess they're more notorious.
Now it's Atlanta. It's strictly Atlanta right now.
Again. Yeah, I guess because they're more notorious for just knowing, just for shooting.
Philly's actually coming back around too. So
Philly, they had a rough run. It was cool with State Property. But either way, so I'm gonna ask you that question. What do you think artists have to do to bubble outside of Maryland?
Bubble outside of Maryland. Well,
to pop, to buzz.
Tell you the truth, you gotta fucking travel. Obviously, you want to get your home base. So you're gonna start out doing shows here, obviously. So gotta get your home base. But what I feel like the number one mistake is people don't go out of their home state or home cities, go to different cities and promote their shit enough to get renowned there. Like, if you're a Baltimore rapper, come up out of Baltimore, get your name known. Then after that, drive down to D.C., pass your shit around, promote yourself, do some shows, get yourself up there. Then after that, go to Alexandria or Richmond or some shit. You just got to make yourself, you got to save enough money to make yourself go on tour.
Right.
Even if it's not even an official tour.
Right. That means if you got to rent out a white van.
No Peter Van, though. A proper party bus.
That means if you got to rent out a white van or a U-Haul truck and rent that bitch out for like 2 weeks or something like that. Yeah. Then ain't that shit done. Like, do it. Like, you know what I mean? That's hustling. Like, people talking about I'm grinding, I'm hustling, I'm a rapper. And if all you did was just put your shit on SoundCloud, that's not part of the hustle. Yeah. I do that shit with YouTube. I do that shit with my shit too. That's kind of my example of hustling, because, you know, I put my shit on different platforms. I try to. I know I'll be slacking with school and work gets involved. But if I'm an artist, you got to just not put your shit on SoundCloud. You got, even on the MySpace days, it doesn't matter what generation it is. You still got to travel. So back in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, your only option was to tour, to travel. I mean, because we didn't have the internet. You could still buzz off the internet But hey, you still gotta push yourself because not everyone is Slim Jesus. Not everyone is Soulja
See,
Boy,
I was about to
where
say that.
you get found off of MySpace or you get found off of YouTube. You know what I mean? Those are just like that's like I guess a diamond in a haystack kind of example.
But
like, it's not.
You did say at the beginning of the show, you did say internet breaks you
more than I still stand by that. I still stand by that because once you've made that established that yo, I'm a rapper, this and that. Check my shit out on SoundCloud. Check my shit out
nationally,
on
you're
YouTube.
right. Nationally, you're right. Mm-hmm. Nationally, you are definitely right. But when
you don't have to wait till my song comes on the radio.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But when it comes to juice in the city, getting your respect up in the city, you need the radio stations on that one. I feel like definitely. That one, the radio wins on that one. Right. Internet is when it comes to national recognition. And that's you're right. One in like a million trying to get that. Like Yachty. I mean, Yachty had connects. That's why.
I mean, either way, I still stand by what I agree 100% what you just said because if you still want that local superstardom, not even superstardom, just that recognition, you still need a radio station for that. I mean, that's what we're here for. You know what I mean? Like DJ Wildchild, DNA, all the other DJs that work with us, they're always networking with different artists.
Don't get it twisted though. 66 Raw is international.
We are international, but we still look out for our own.
Yeah,
so that's why I was kind of iffy on what you said at first, but I feel like you did kind of reclaim your statements again.
Yeah.
So now we're on the same page, but the internet still breaks records. I mean, you still put your shit out on the internet. Believe me, I'm with you when you say you still got to travel. But once you do that traveling and shit like that,
you go right back on the internet.
You go back on the internet. No, and I'm saying like, yo, check my shit out on SoundCloud. Check my shit out if you still using MySpace.
That's the most cliche term ever used.
What?
Check my mixtape on SoundCloud.
Anything. Or if you want to hand out mixtapes, or not even just hand out mixtapes, hand out flash drives nowadays. I mean, people want to say, well, if you giving me a mixtape with your name and a Sharpie,
that's a lot of fucking money though.
That's like it is a lot of money, but you know what? At the same time, I'd rather have nowadays you might as well just give me a flash drive. I mean, give me a CD or a mixtape. Of course, make it look presentable. Don't just give me that Sharpie on a blank CD.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you at least gonna give me a mixtape, it's only gonna be played in the car on the way home.
I mean,
if you still got a car, with a CD player, but once you get home, you can at least inject the USB drive into your computer. You should at least still carry those too.
And if you are gonna come back to your city and do the internet route, you definitely want to get in touch with hip hop blogs, not just in the city, outside the city.
Yeah,
submit your music, see what you think, see what they think about your music, and just keep pushing it through that. And definitely try all types of radio, internet radio, major stations, minor stations, I know college stations, anything. Right. Like
you never know who's listening.
Let's just say, to wrap my spiel up, if you really want to get out the city, you're going to get out the city.
Literally, get your ass up, go.
Yeah. If you're really going to get out the city, you're going to get out the city, and you're going to put the funds necessary to get out the city. If you want to be hood famous or just city famous, I mean, stay in here.
Hey, man, if you just want to be that guy that on the block can spit his ass off and you just play the same songs for your 2-3 homeboys in your mama's basement, by all means, keep doing what you're doing.
Or if you're just that guy that gets that play in a local radio station from time to time over and over again, and you're happy being that guy in the city, it's completely fine. If you're content with that, hey, to each his own. Like I said, different strokes for different folks. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, you know?
Well, sum it all up, I don't see anything wrong with going to a party and still requesting local rappers. So you gonna have to just drop that shit regardless. That's how I feel. Like, if you requesting your Baltimore artist and you're from Baltimore, keep doing that shit. I'm happy that you're doing that. But so artists out there is trying to, create that buzz. Yes, everything that you said is correct. Everything, and this is a lot of the shit that we learned here at 66 Raw's artist boot camps. Actually, I do have one thing, though, that I don't, not to say I don't agree, but I have mixed feelings. Somebody said, and I don't want to, throw their name under the bus, but somebody said, yo, if you're not popping, not only in your neighborhood or in your city, but you're just not popping in the country in general, hey, maybe that's not for you. Maybe you should go to a different city. Or, hey, there's a lot of American rappers that moved to Japan and blew up, or moved to China and blew up.
It's actually really true, though.
And that's true.
It's very true.
It's true. But at the same time, it goes back to what, if you can't run your own city, what makes you think you're going to run somebody else's?
It's at the end of the day, it's by any means, though. For real, think about it. All right, so college basketball players, it's just like in basketball. College basketball players, they don't get a gig in the NBA. They go overseas and they come back in the NBA through the D League.
Okay.
If you can't do
it, they play with Greece and like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, did that.
Yeah.
It all depends on what you're looking for as well. Because if you cool with that, because it happened to Jin. Jin was just not popping in the States, but apparently, according to him, he was Justin Bieber of Hong Kong.
That's probably true.
And then it makes sense. But at the same time, I still feel like you should always have your cities back as well, too. I mean, that's hip hop. The essence of like rap is to talk about where you come from.
I mean, I look at it as like this. If the city doesn't claim you, you can't claim the city.
Yeah, I guess.
At the end of the day, that's how it is. Like, if the city doesn't respect you or claim you or even support you.
To me, as a listener, if your own neighborhood or your own city doesn't respect you, I lose respect for you. I don't care how good your bars or how good your music is. I feel some kind of way about that because that's just the essence of hip hop. And to me, as a rapper, as an MC, you talk about where you came from, right?
Yeah.
You talk about your experiences. I mean, in the past 20 years, a lot of that's changed. I mean, Designer is a pure example. He don't sound like he's from Brooklyn at all.
Nope. Not at all.
But we'll see where he's at next year.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. I think that's the ultimate test.
He's definitely the hypest man in the world. I can give him that. And
definitely, but that shit don't mean anything if you got no time behind it. He got good melody. His mixtape was.
He knows how to work a crowd.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's part of MCing too. Crowd control like that. My thing is though, what'd you think of his mixtape? We're not about to do a mixtape review because this shit is like been gone. But to me, it felt like some future throwaways.
I mean, it was like Caliber was alright. I like that song. Was the Timmy Turner joint on there? Or was it after? That was after.
It was after, right?
Yeah, like everything else. See, Caliber was the only thing that really stuck out on me. Like everything else sounded like the same to me in that mixtape. But it's weird because even though he sounds like a broke man's Future, it's like if you listen to a Future tape, you can tell what songs are different. And
I was driving, I had my mind somewhere else. I swore I thought it was a Future song because I didn't listen to it. Like I knew the song because people were talking about Timmy Turner. In the beginning,
especially, he's like,
Timmy, but then I was like, oh, this must be that Timmy Turner song we were talking about. I'm like, yo,
I didn't know Future did a song.
Right, I'm like, the resemblance is uncanny. It's ridiculous.
He is
straight the RC Cola. Future.
He is jocking the shit out of his swag, his Future swag, because he even calls his I think he calls his fans the Panda Hive or something like that.
I mean, I was cool with that because
Future Hive.
Future calls his fans the Future Hive. Or was that a name given? Because Beyonce has the Beehive too, but like, is that names they give out to their fans? Or?
I think so.
I thought they were just names that were just given out.
Like Lil Dicky's guys are called dickheads or something like that. It's something like that.
I'd rather not be a Lil Dicky fan. I'm good. You gotta call me a dickhead to say I'm somebody's fan. I'd rather be called a dickhead than a dick rider though. So I'm cool.
I swear, it's something like that. I'd rather be a dickhead than a dick rider. Preach on that. But yeah, at the end of the day, yo, they sound fucking similar, and it's actually really crazy. And it's clear that Designer is like the East Coast New York replica of Future. That's basically what it is. But you actually can't understand what this man's saying. Future, you can at least understand some of what he's saying.
It took me a minute because DS2, the first few listens when I did my review, I was like, I don't know what he's talking about.
But once you start listening to him, you understand. But I feel like no matter how much you listen to Designer, you're not gonna understand what he says. Because even if I hear Panda right now, only things I know is Black X6, Panda, White X6, Panda, or something like that, and Danny. All this extra stuff. I like a handful of words.
Well, let me ask you this: Did you have to Google it? Like,
yeah,
I did too.
Yeah,
I had to actually look up the lyrics. I had no idea what he's talking about.
He actually did Genius, Rap Genius, or Genius, as they like to be called.
He had to do it himself.
He actually got on the video and he actually said like this is exactly what he said, but he didn't say it like this obviously because he sounded slurred and like on drugs or some shit. But
yes,
yeah. But he was like, y'all acting like y'all don't understand me and stuff. But here I go. I'm gonna say it slow for y'all. I was about to say Timmy Turner, but yeah, he was like Panda, 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 Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. That's how he said it. But he starts getting faster toward the end, right? And you're like, what the fuck? That video is crazy. You should actually put it in the description if you can. It's just hilarious.
All right, I'll look for it. You guys send it to me or something like that.
I got you.
But I'm good. Like we'll see what Designer's at by next year. I mean, like Timmy Turner, is it a hit? It's not. It's obviously not Panda.
Oh hell no, nowhere close.
Okay.
They don't even. I don't even think they played it.
I heard it, but it's like I heard it one time.
The new song that they put to it, I mean, the beat's dope as shit. Don't get it wrong, but like,
yeah, but what does that mean? Production is production. Like, give the props to the producer, not the artist. If the production is what carries the song.
But that's all trap songs. That's almost all trap songs.
See, not necessarily, because remember how we talking about Shy Glizzy and Fat Trell?
Yeah.
They do trap music or DC trap music because they don't really do the go-go. I haven't heard any. So it's not like they got that DC swag. Like Wale will do some songs or reaction band.
I understand what you're saying. Like, Respect with the Tech, Fat Trell,
Right.
that shit was my shit.
But, yeah, they can rap, though. They might not be like, the world's greatest lyricists. They're not like Wale, where he's like a poet.
But it's not just cadences all over the place, yeah.
They're actually rapping on a trap beats. So whether the rapping is good or bad, they still got flow and they're actually giving you bars. They're not just being super melodic. And I was thinking that to myself this morning. I was watching like BET Jams and I wasn't watching. I was letting it play while I was doing my laundry and shit like that. And I didn't know who the artists were because to me, a lot of these trap stars, whatever you want to call them now, they sound like to me because everyone is singing. And I remember back in the day, do you remember what people would say back in the day? I'm not sure your parents or your family members or your OGs. Yo, hip hop or rap is not music because they're not singing, they're talking.
Yeah.
My dad used to say that all the time. I'm like, I wonder what they say about this new generation because now it's like they're not rapping. They're just
This is
harmonizing.
crazy. Yeah, nowadays I could actually agree with them for back then. Now,
Yeah.
like, rap is rhythm and poetry.
Right.
It faded away from the poetry.
Not
and,
completely, but
I mean,
right.
It's barely there if there is nowadays, and it's just rhythm.
And that's the thing. Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of these guys still can't sing. I mean, the excuse was we started rapping because we can't sing. These guys still can't sing, and they rely too heavily. Yes, they rely too heavily on autotune.
Autotune is life for them.
And it's
for
like,
real.
come on, son. Like Jay-Z's DOA, that shit was a waste of energy. First of all, I don't think it was a good song. I thought it was okay. Remember DOA?
Oh yeah, that the autotune. Yeah.
And no, all you did was just like push it,
Enhance
more.
it.
Yeah, because you brought it up. You shouldn't have said shit. I blame you, Jay.
Shout out to T-Pain though. He started that shit. I swear he did.
Nah, I mean, autotune.
No, I mean like he commercialized the shit.
Oh
out of it.
yeah. And then Future took it up to a whole nother level.
Yo, yeah, Future, he put it on everything.
Yeah, but does Future still use autotune? Because like his voice really does sound like that.
No, I mean some like you could tell when he uses autotune.
Okay.
Like, but actually, never mind. It's kind of difficult to tell only because he has like that type of voice where it's like
slur.
it just.
He like talks long.
But then again, like you could tell it has autotune or reverb or some shit on it like that's extra. But anyway,
I remember Tony Montana when that first song came out.
Tony Montana, that was pure. I think that was
crazy.
pure.
And I think he said he was like coked up or something like that, or he was on lean, and he was talking with his jaws clenched like Tony Montana.
Yeah.
And I was like,
sound like 50 Cent out here.
kind of. That was another thing about 50 Cent. Like when 50 first came out, I was like, I don't like it because I really can't understand him. And then it really grew on me later. Just like that one dickhead told me, stop letting shit grow on you. No, you asshole. Let music grow on you. You may not have liked it and it grows on you later on. That's what it's supposed to do.
So
if you like it at first and you start not liking it later because it gets played, that's different.
So about that 21 Savage, is that gonna grow on you?
I don't know, dog. I only listened to that one time, and I have no sense of urgency to listen to that shit once again. I'm good. That shit was all pure sound effects.
But no, shout out.
Like, come on, son.
Shout out to 21 Savage though. That Savage Mode tape is or album or record. It was actually hot that he did was record Metro Boomin. It's like it's hot with the youngins. The youngins nowadays.
He spit maybe what 3 verses on the whole mixtape. I'm sure. The rest was just sound effects.
No, he actually spit verse, but there's no lyrical content.
I'm good.
I'm
good. I have no sense of urgency to listen to that shit. I'm good. What you played to me in the car, I'm fine. I'm good off of that.
We got old man Marcus here.
It's not even old man Marcus, Lord. This is like, no, son. That is bad. How do you listen to this shit?
He was an XSL freshman. He can't be that bad. I'm kidding. Let me stop.
Yo,
they pick some really dumbass fucking people sometimes, yo. Like, they do it as a popularity contest. And per se, I guess, part of the rap game, it is a popularity contest. But
where were the majority of them from? Because isn't
all right, so
Yachty or Vert's from Philly,
Yachty's
right?
from ATL, I'm pretty sure.
Vert's from Philly, right?
Vert's from Philly. Savage is from ATL. Denzel Curry's from Florida. Kodak's from Florida. Who else? Dave East is from Harlem. Who else?
I don't know. I ain't really paying attention this
Okay.
year.
Lil Dicky is from Philly.
Anderson
Chalco
Paak is from
Ham.
LA, or he's from Cali. but-
Anderson Paak's from Oxnard, California.
Yeah, he's not even, I don't even know why he's on the list. He's not a rapper. He can rap, but
I
he's
mean,
not
they
a
did
rapper.
that. I told you this. They did that last couple of years. They did it. They put August Alsina on that. They put Ty Dolla $ign on that.
This is why I just don't pay attention to Double XL cover no more.
Yeah, they're
After 2008, 2009, I was good.
2011 to 13 was pretty good too.
Yeah,
but
matter of fact, yeah, whenever Freddie Gibbs was on there, because I think Wale and Kid Cudi won 2008.
13 is when it started just going downhill.
Possibly. That's probably when the last time I checked it out.
Logic was like the last one that I actually like really fuck with.
And that's
after
another
that.
guy. See, Logic, to me personally, didn't get a lot of radio play. I personally don't remember a lot of
Oh
radio
yeah,
play
he broke
from him.
through. He actually
The internet.
Yeah, his
What's
story
the
was
internet?
through DatPiff. They actually thought he hacked DatPiff and got him that many listeners or some shit. But he actually like broke the servers on that shit on
They
on
thought
DatPiff.
he hacked it. I don't
They
think
thought
he's that smart.
they actually called him and they said, "Did you have anybody working?" Like he said this in an interview or something. Like somebody was working DatPiff for him and it just completely fucked his whole. It's
Well,
crazy.
There's an example of the internet breaking records because the radio just didn't do it justice.
Breaking
at that time.
servers.
Yeah. What's his name called? Like, trapping out the bandwidth?
Who?
Academics?
Yeah,
Trapping out the bandwidth.
I guess so.
And I think that's pretty much it. We kind of rambled enough for about an hour or so.
So yeah, it's about
So
55
that
minutes
is the end of the Rawcast. Did y'all learn anything? I learned some stuff. I learned a little bit.
Yeah. I you know what I learned? I learned not to do a fucking podcast when I'm fucking half.
I learned
Dead.
that I'm easily distracted when I see moving cars going past the windows. So I'm part K9.
Might as well
Sorry, no,
be,
but
man.
I hope y'all learned some shit because some of the things that we did say we learned off the boot camp.
Yeah, like I didn't know pandas were gonna get extinct by not fucking each other.
Oh,
Like
so you learned
thanks,
something.
Marcus.
You did learn
Thanks.
something good. That's what I'm here for.
Did not
Shout
learn
out to
that. That was
History
a
Channel.
fun fact.
Shout out to the History Channel.
Yeah, shout out
fun
to WWF, World Wildlife Federation.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it, guys. Teek, where can they find you?
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram at IamTeek0793. I do beats. I got a couple tracks out there. Just check it out. I just do it for fun because I'm having fun. Well,
right.
beats I take serious.
I
but
got it
whatever.
here. Of course, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter if you are already following me or subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Nobody know you,
find
man.
me at Marcus_the shop. Also, little segment joint. If you want the actual video quality, the videos, we'll put it on the 6.6 Raw channel, so check out for that.
It'll be shortened.
Yeah, it'll be
Warning.
short, so little segments here and there. And if you just want to listen to the audio on the go, you can check out the SoundCloud link in the description box below. Again, Twitter, Instagram, Marcus_the shop. The SoundCloud link is the shop with Marcus. And that's pretty much it. We'll catch y'all later.
Peace.